People come from all over the place. And there's something magnetic about the prisoner around Portmeirion, and it seems to attract people that as soon as they see the prisoner in their home country, they immediately get a sort of mental urge to go to Portmeirion.
My first memories of The Prisoner go back to when it was first shown. I remember being sent up to bed quite early those nights so that my dad could watch the programme, and then he'd tell us stories, my sister and I, about this big white ball that used to go around terrorising people in this village. I caught a few episodes then, and what I saw I really enjoyed. So when they started to show the series again last year, I definitely wanted to see all of them.
I think it's meant to be thought-provoking. It is meant to prompt discussion, but is not meant to be a path by itself. It kicks off with Patrick resigns, or his character resigns, and prepares to pack as if leaving on holiday. Unfortunately, he's been tailed by someone in mysterious hearse.
I enjoy The Prisoner, but I can't say that I'm an enthusiast.
Yet.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
A lot of these cult television programs I enjoy watching, but I find it quite difficult to make that commitment to actually join something.
I hope you're really going to enjoy coming along to the convention this weekend and maybe sort of open your eyes a little bit towards what happens in the world of The Prisoner.
I think I'll just be an interested onlooker. I'm not dressing up, and I'm not discussing which order the episodes come in.
But you could be interested in the chess
Oh, I could definitely be interested in the chess.
and some of the recreations of some of the set pieces.
I think the chess would be the most interesting bit. You down to be a piece?
I don't know so far, but we'll find out.
Oh, I can definitely see you as the Black King.
At the moment, I'm working as a bus driver, driving to Llandudno and Llanberis. But before that, I've done all sorts of different jobs. My last one was working on the construction of the Conway Tunnel. I like a challenge. The series ties in with some of the activities I like to do. It's got a lot of action and adventure in it. It's not a complete police mystery programme. It's not complete science fiction. You can't really wrap it up in a nice, neat little parcel. It leaves all sorts of unanswered questions. A lot of people have got a lot of different opinions on The Prisoner. Some people dismiss it as complete rubbish. A lot of people can read a lot of things into it. I don't understand a lot of the underlying meanings that people seem to dig out of it. You watch it, and you see what you want to see.
I think it's a very good TV series. It certainly encapsulated the feeling at the time. I saw it at the first run back in the middle 1960s and fascinated with it as an action series. It was self-contained, it was fast-moving, for me, no real sort of sloppy bits, and stimulating.
People like the series for many different reasons. Portmeirion itself is a fantastic attraction, and it's a very beautiful place. I've always known it was filmed there, but to somebody who's never been there before, to attend a convention in the place, that must have been quite a lot. I'm quite looking forward to meeting other members. I don't know whether to expect them all to be sort of village clones, independent number sixes, maybe slightly eccentric, or maybe a mixture of them all.
I think this thing is all right if you're enthusiastic about it. Obviously the problem is if it takes over, you start to become number six, but hopefully any sort of right-minded person will realise that's not really the case. Quite honestly, in a lot of films and adventure series, the baddies get the best lines. Bad guy gets all the jokes, gets all the good action, normally comes to a sticky end, but doesn't suffer as much as the hero does. I'd like to be number 2. This is the Pantheon, or the Dome, constructed in 1959, used in the TV series The Prisoner as number 2's office. Given the choice, this is where I'd live.
I first came here in 1960 when I was 5 years old. From 1968 onwards, I always thought there ought to be a prisoner shop here. In 1982, when I was not doing anything else, I approached the management and they let me have the shop here. But I mean, it always felt to me that Portmeirion and the prisoner went very well together. I mean, it's simply the combination of what I'd think is the best television series ever made in the most special place that I've ever come across. I mean, Portmeirion is very, very special. And I think that the two go well together.
Quite a beautiful place, really, isn't it? Almost like a world on its own. There's the council building. We have our own council, democratically elected. We also use it for public meetings, amateur theatricals. Fascinating. Yes, indeed.
Best of order, please, ladies and gentlemen. It is my sad and unfortunate task to welcome this sorry bunch of individuals to Portmeirion to the 16th Annual Prisoner Convention. Now, I've been to prisoner marketing school, you see, this year, and I realise that we are the only society that doesn't charge for its conventions, and as you may appreciate, costs are spiralling. I mean, this jacket didn't come cheap. And of course, we... Okay, it was cheap. Feast your eyes on that. The programme is available and will be available from Max's shop and from various people running around waving things saying, buy one now or else. Oh, here it is.
Right, yes, I've got a couple of quickies. We're going to show a couple of short videos. We've got a couple of minutes of Spitting Image featuring Princess Di as number 6 and the Queen as number 2. And if anyone has not got a programme, I can supply the programmes from a table next door.
This is Rover, the guardian of the village. A little bit smaller than the one that was used in the series. They often use special effects with it. In this case, it's just a piece of string attached to the person so that the rover would follow them as they walked away. Rover in the series guarded the village and stopped people escaping, and even scored quite a few killings.
The whole point about The Prisoner is that the village is full of people who've either been kidnapped having resigned their top-secret government jobs, or they've been abducted in the course of doing their top-secret government jobs.
I am not a number. I am a person. Keep going, Bellotti. The rest of you have gone over to the side of our keepers. I intend to discover who are the prisoners and who are the warders. I shall be running for office in this election.
The people who run the village want any useful information that the inmates can provide. We're never quite clear in the series whether the village is run by the West or whether it's run by the East, or perhaps it's run by a combination of the best brains from the West and the East who've sort of got together to create their own international community, the very best from both sides. He spends most of his time trying to escape, and of course he also wants to meet number 1, but you don't meet number 1 until the final episode.
What's what? I'm more play!
Seeing you.
once you've done it once, it's sort of but it's a nerve-wracking experience because there's so many people.
Yeah,
you know, it's like being on television.
People come from all over the world, wherever the prisoner's been shown, Japan, Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, Finland, Zimbabwe. And at the convention, we get people from all over the place. They may have saved up for a year or two, especially to come here. We've got somebody coming this weekend from New Zealand, so you can't come from any further away. You know, that's the maximum distance. You can come 12,500 miles.
Kid, yeah.
Kid. And episodes? Which episodes was?
I had a top hat at home, so it was like the only.
You thought you could then be the part?
For us, it's a fascination. But yeah, the film set, you know, it's like going to. It's like following Coronation Street and wanting to go into the street. Yeah, to go to the studio and the set, but also to come in, dress up in costumes, and lark around and sort of like singing.
Where can I go like this? Dressed this weekend? Oh, I think there's a convention in North Wales to do with the prisoner. I'll go there. So we found out this guy came to the village so he could dress up. I think that's a pretty good reason, actually.
Yeah. Well, to wear my normal clothes, but hopefully look slightly more normal than that. Walk around
The thing is, though, there's a lot of people, particularly media-type people, will say, oh, well, they're just odd people that go away to a convention. Now, if you were to analyse the people actually here, you're going to find lawyers and accountants and professional people. You're going to find all sorts of people coming along, and it's purely that there's the attraction of Portmeirion, which is a magical place to visit anyway.
Yeah.
So people come along, and it's like captured a moment in time in the 60s, and I think people actually like that time. They enjoy the style of the 60s and what went on.
It's been very interesting. It's not like a film set, you know, you kind of go there and
it has got
everything's
a life.
over. It looks good.
As it is actually a physical place you can go to. Yeah. And it's just, you know, you can go and look around it. And but this whole weekend is specifically put on, you saw, like, with all the signs and the sort of like people dressing up.
That's
and
right.
Just have the weather balloons plodding up and down through Portmeirion. It's quite amusing. It's hysterical. It's just a laugh. You know? Everybody should come away this weekend just to have a really good laugh.
And then try explaining it to people money when you get back to work. What have you done this weekend?
I actually walked into a friend of mine today. It was in my mountaineering club.
And he didn't know of your interest in the prisoner?
He didn't know my interest in the prisoner, and he's never seen the prisoner, and he didn't know the convention was on this weekend. And he walked in just before the election parade and then got caught up in the election parade and couldn't believe his eyes.
That's great. Did you feel you could integrate quickly into all the mayhem that's going on here this weekend?
Much more quickly than I thought I would. I was
Really?
a little bit nervous before I came. I was concerned that it'd be full of complete obsessives, and I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of the prisoner, so I thought I wouldn't be able to contribute, but particularly the atmosphere of the election parade was tremendous. You just sort of got swept along. And they seem to find it as a definite plus to the day out, rather than oh my God, who are these people?
You do, of course, get some strange questions asked, like, what is going on here? Indeed, you had an impression, a visual impression of 601 members before having come to the convention.
Well, yes, I mean, to be perfectly honest, Dave, I thought it all seemed a bit odd. There's all these people getting unbelievably worked up about something that's basically a TV series. It fills, you know, a late night slot on a Friday. I mean, why do people come and discuss it? Are they sort of missing something in their lives somewhere?
I wouldn't say that they were, no. And that's the enigma of the whole thing. And members view it in whatever way they like. The whole undercurrent of the prisoner is the individual and so on. And so there are 3,000 individual opinions on the series.
Well, I found personally from speaking to a lot of the members, they see different levels of meaning in it, but they're not obsessive about it.
I feel I enjoy The Prisoner as a work of entertainment. I don't think I'm really after a deeper message out of it. I do wonder if some people are getting a little bit too deep, a little bit too intense.
I don't myself know why 3,000 members of 601 are so fascinated by a programme a quarter of a century old. I don't know myself, but I am fascinated by it in different aspects. David Tomlin, who, as we now know, is one of the greatest second unit directors in the world. He's worked with Spielberg and everything. I'd love to meet him, partly because I like the back of camera stuff, the production side, rather than the acting and the special effects and so on.
Surely you would actually ask McGowan for his autograph.
America. And I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it. I'm very pleased to see this lady. She's one of my favourite prisoner actresses, and I'm glad we've got her here. Would you please welcome Miss Jane Merrow? What was the atmosphere like when you were working there? Was it a good atmosphere, or was it by this stage that it got tense and...
It was charged.
Was it?
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate on that, Jane?
was charged atmosphere. It was great. It was stimulating.
Yeah.
And you just go with the flow.
Why do you think it was charged?
Well, there was a lot of sort of sparky relationships going on, and well, we've already just agreed that Patrick is a very demanding and could be quite a difficult person, and he did not suffer fools gladly, and they just got the sort of short end of his tongue if things didn't go the way he thought they should.
Did McGowan give any impression of being driven when he was producing The Prisoner? Did you get any sort of idea of his sort of state of mind, you might say? Do you think he had a message?
Possibly. Patrick's an individual. He's a rebel, I suppose. That's why we were talking about him being a major star. If you're going to be a major star, it's very difficult to be one if you're a nonconformist, and you have to do everything your own way.
Trod on a lot of toes, then?
Yes, but then so do a lot of people if they want to do something that they believe in.
Were you aware that there was a time in the script when you were supposed to tell the difference between the McGoons by kissing them? And would you have preferred to do that?
I haven't given that much thought, to tell you the truth.
OK, one last question. Yeah, we'll try Barbara.
You worked on Randall and Hopkirk. That's
Yes.
another of my favourite shows, and I wondered if you could tell me a bit about what it was like to work.
Personally find I like to be a little bit different from other people, to a certain extent standing out from the crowd. I like to think of myself as fairly outgoing. I suspect it conceals a reasonably shy interior. I was certainly very shy before going to university, but I like trying to meet people now, to sort of get out, be social. I feel like I'm better at it and happier for it as well. I'm a bit concerned I might seem a bit sort of standoffish or arrogant or sort of showing off, but I find it entertaining. It's different, unusual, and I think it's fun. It's not sort of deadly serious.
The charge is 2 units.
Units?
Credit units. Oh well, pay me next time. Be seeing you.
Gentleman here.
Number 48 from Fallout, who is a total rebel, causes absolute chaos. And what amazing clothes to wear. And I'd like to just point out that this wasn't cheap. It cost a lot to make.
Do you feel you're a hippie then, or something like that?
Yeah. It's great to come here and be totally free.
Do you sing, Jim Bone?
Only badly, only very badly. But,
obviously, this gentleman here looking somewhat in sort of educational, professorial mode. Do you want to give us a couple of seconds on your attitude to this thing?
Well, I'm number 2 from Once Upon a Time, and gives number 6 hell during his graduation from school.
Is the beard real? Does it actually disappear during the course of the day?
No, the beard is real. So I have it on all the time. As Leo McKern had it on during the Prisoner. And that episode to me is the best episode of the series. It's really dynamic, a one-to-one battle between the two.
Do you think you're sort of seriously dressing up to take the part of the role here? Like, do you really get into the skin of the character?
Well, that's what the convention's all about, getting into the swing of things. And tomorrow, when it's all over, I'll be back in the civvies and just be enjoying the holiday.
What's your normal job, then?
I'm a civil engineer.
Do they know that you're a confirmed Prisoner fan?
Yes, they do.
What do they think?
I'm a bit stupid, I think.
Why?
They don't understand the programme, you see.
Can't you convince them? Do you think you have a sort of a moral crusade to get them informed about this?
No, everybody's an individual, aren't they?
Absolutely. Are you taking part?
No, I think I might just watch. What piece are you going to play?
Apparently the Black King's Pawn.
Ah, that should be interesting. I'm going to be very interested to see how they play this. Because watching the episode the other night, the moves don't make any sense at all.
You mean the bit where the rook knocks the pawn off?
No, a knight makes a move that it can't possibly make. Anyway, I shall watch it. I'll let you know afterwards. Goodbye.
Sir, do you play chess, sir?
Yes. Come and join us.
I'm the Queen. Come and be the Queen's pawn.
Who's he?
I can answer that as we play.
On the King's paw.
The chess game, it's used by number 6 to determine who might possibly help him in an escape plan. By playing the chess game, number 6 is able to work out that the rook might be a possible person who would help him. The rook seems to be a rebellious type. Number 6, fighting against his oppressors, is very similar probably to the individual in today's society fighting against big organisations.
White Queen's rook, sir. Move down order.
Check! Control room to hospital. Control room to hospital. Report to chessboard.
Call the substitute. Call the substitute. The substitute. The substitute. Call the substitute.
Remove White Queen's rook to hospital. Remove White Queen's rook to hospital.
I happened to be watching Channel 4 and they were showing Checkmate. And I've got an interest in chess and that's what drew me in. I started watching, I thought, hey, this is interesting, it's a bit quirky, it's a bit different. I'll watch this.
It takes a while to get used to some of the moves to start with, but it comes very quickly. The only problem then is that it's too easy to get beaten. Throw it away.
Very good, very good.
I think that's the first chess game that they've actually played. What were your sort of thoughts on the thing?
It's really good. Got your move right and everything. I think the rook took his part rather too seriously.
Would you sort of want to take part in it again?
I'd rather be one of the people calling the shots.
We have many new members here this year, and especially this year, and many of them don't know anybody else. They don't know what the convention's about. They're questioning everything that goes on, and it's one way of drawing them in and making them more involved in the convention. We tend to have people who are very much individuals because that is a sort of basic tenet of the programme, the individual against society and all that. But to be fair, we also have a large number of married couples, and indeed a couple of weddings have occurred out of 6 of 1, and we have an engagement this weekend announced from 2 members who met earlier this year and have decided to marry very soon.
Karen's from America and I'm from southeast London. We both liked The Prisoner and it was Karen's first convention.
Yeah, The Prisoner really brought us together.
Yeah, 3,000 miles and it's now we're married. We've got the rings to prove it.
Yeah.
So,
we've been married for 2 weeks.
And this
we got married on. Yeah.
And we got married. This is God's honest truth on the 6th.
I think this is 60. Saying it.
Somebody who's lived through it.
Nothing or lived in it or whatever. A bit more music.
Yeah, come on.
If you have a series on tape, it's up to you. It's optional whether you watch it or not. You say, well, I'll get around to it next week, and possibly you won't. You've got the sort of satellite TV syndrome where just as you're enjoying something, here comes an advert. Whereas a series that is compulsive, you will tend to make the effort.
I'm from the state of Washington, here to see a full-size screening of The Schizoid Man. Yes. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Same thing, here we go.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing it on the full size, not a little tiny TV screen. Should be wonderful.
And with a whole bunch of people who really love it, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, with fans.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd join 6 of 1, but since I have, I've met so many different people, made new friends, write to people from all over the world, set up the Leicester group, haven't we? And we have great fun. And this is one of the highlights of the evening, watching The Prisoner on the big screen.
From the people I've spoken to so far, some of them have said that they see a sort of rebel. It's because they're a bit of a rebel themselves, and they can identify that with the main character, number 6. The Prisoner series has changed the way I look at certain things. Now I look for things which have got a little bit more depth to them. Things which you have to think a little bit more about. The answers aren't all there for you. It's also made me think about reading different books or looking at different films. There's been nothing like it, really.
can identify with the character number 6?
Totally. After being in the civil service, believe me, I know what it's like. Number 6 is part of all of us. We all want to get our own back on the establishment.
I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own.
Is it?
Yes, you won't hold me.